and voting is winding up in the first phase of elections across 102 seats in 21 states and union territories. Let's now focus on the Northeast, and we're joined by NDTV's Ratnadeep. 15 seats, Ratnadeep, polling in this first phase of elections, and Manipur is the one that everyone's really watching out. There has been trouble there. You've been reporting on some of the violence and how 4 people are injured. Also, the turnout has been something of a concern, given it's one of the lowest turnouts that's taken place so far. So give us the latest. What are the reports coming in?
That's right. Absolutely, the focus was on Manipur, and what we are picking up that till about 4 p.m. Little over 64% polling was recorded in Manipur, record low in of sorts in the state. However, elaborate arrangements were made for polling. In fact, in the morning we did see turnout in Inner Manipur seat, which has gone to polls today, along with part of the Outer Manipur. The other part of the Outer Manipur seat will go for polls in the next phase. However, there have been sporadic incidents of violence, at least a dozen incidents where there are allegations that EVMs have been vandalized, polling booths ransacked. There are reports, there are allegations of armed men threatening voters, threatening polling agents. There are allegations of proxy voting. In fact, there are videos, dramatic videos, in fact, of EVM being vandalized in front of security personnel. There is a video of the Inner Manipur Congress candidate A Bimol Akoijam having a heated argument with a senior police official over allegation of his polling agent being threatened and sent out of a polling booth. So therefore, at the Inner Manipur seat, there have been several instances of violation of conduct. That's what the Congress is alleging. In fact, the Congress has done a press conference alleging that armed groups have threatened their polling agents, and that there were armed groups which have done proxy voting. BJP has refuted those claims. But what is important to note here, that in Outer Manipur, where part of the Outer Manipur seat went to polls, there have been not much cases of violence which have been reported. However, the turnout there have been very low. Kampokpi district, one of the worst state areas of last year's, I think, violence have registered very low turnout. Talking about Nagaland, in fact, in Nagaland, an unprecedented thing happened. There is only one Lok Sabha seat in Nagaland, and all the 6 districts of Eastern Nagaland, which makes 1/3 of the state, where you have 20 MLAs, all those 20 MLAs, along with all the voters in Eastern Nagaland, have not come out to vote. Almost there have been 0% voting in Eastern Nagaland districts. This is after a shutdown was called by the powerful All Naga People's Organization, the ENPO, which has been spearheading a movement for a separate frontier Nagaland territory, for a separate administration and more financial autonomy. They were miffed with centre in terms of not announcing that separate administration and the financial autonomy before the elections, and therefore had asked people to abstain from elections. But yesterday they had put up public emergency and shut down, and therefore in 6 districts there have been almost no polling, completely deserted polling booths. And in fact, the CEO Nagaland has issued a show cause to the leadership of ENPO for actually disrupting the polling process. In fact, in other parts of Northeast, particularly in Assam, there have been huge turnout. In Upper Assam, 5 seats went to polls. Important heavyweights' fate have been decided, including Congress leader Gaurav Gogoi, and who has changed his seat to Jorhat. Union Minister Sarvanand Sonowal from Dibrugarh. Also, fate of Union Minister Kiran Rijiju was decided in Arunachal West. Former Tripura Chief Minister Biplab Deb was contesting from Tripura West, Kiran Rijiju from Arunachal West, and in fact against him was Nabam Tuki, a former Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh. And even at this place from where I am reporting, Nongpoint, Meghalaya, which falls under Shillong constituency, you have a tough fight between 3-time MP and former Union Minister Vincent Pala of Congress and Congress leader turned minister in NPP government, Amperin Lingdo. In fact, apart from these 15 seats in Northeast, there were simultaneous assembly elections in Arunachal Pradesh, where BJP already has an edge with 10 candidates winning uncontested, including Chief Minister Pema Khandu and his deputy. But in 50 seats, they have been polling. And in the Himalayan state of Sikkim, although very small but very significant 32-member assembly, there was a intense campaigning, a close fight between the ruling Sikkim Krantikari Morcha and the Sikkim Democratic Front. And even in Sikkim, there have been instances of sporadic poll related violence, and therefore overall in Northeast these 15 seats have gone to poll. But clearly in Manipur, first a low turnout and then incidents of violence were a reason of concerns, although special measures were made, special polling booths were made, and we played out those visuals and bites of people who live in the relief camps who have been displaced by violence last year, who were able to cast their votes. So that was perhaps the silver lining from Manipur.